This is Jackie. I'm the founder and director of Route to Victory. Route to Victory was created to help you learn money management, to eliminate debt, and to build self-reliance. My name is Jackie. I'm a lifestyle and financial coach, and presently I'm at the Pleasant Hill Branch Library in Austin, Texas. And I am about to give a free budgeting class. Now for you all on Facebook, you're going to see a portion of the class. Why a portion and not all of it? I have to give you something to look forward to. So I'm only going to give you a small section of the class. Now if you were in the in-person class, you would have had the pre-test. You would get additional information, additional case studies, and I would give you more examples. But so I can be a steward of your time, we're just going to go briefly over the things that I'm going to discuss in this place. Okay, so the name of this class is Budgeting, How to Create and Maintain a Budget and Still Enjoy Life. That's the name of this class, right? Like I said, my name is Jacqueline McKeever. Our website is www.route2victory.org, and I'm reading this out loud because I realize on Facebook these words are backwards. So if you would like more information and you see this information that I'm going to give you is as value, that means you need to schedule an appointment. To schedule an appointment, you go to bit.ly/R as in route, 2, V as in victory, free, and register for schedule yourself for a free session so that I can make sure that we are a right fit for you. You answer all the survey questions. Now, on Facebook, you can find us at Route, the word T-O, Victory. On IG, you can find us on Route, 2, Victory. Here is the phone number for Route to Victory. The email address is route, 2, victory, cs@gmail.com. Okay, so let's get started. I mentioned that this is a budgeting class, and we're going to go over a simple budget. First, we're going to go over a budget that's going to balance out this absolutely perfect. So what I like to teach people is a zero-based budget. With the zero-based budget, what happens is you give all your money assignment because your goal is to come up with zero, right? We all used to having zero, right? But we're going to learn how to manage our money. When somebody comes on live, just say hello to them or let me know who's on live if they make a comment or something, because I can't see it, okay? All right, so there's 3 parts of the budget: income part, expense part, and the budget summary. So for this example today, we're going to use, we got a character. His name, we're going to make a little face for him. His name is Billy Bob. Billy Bob. And Billy Bob is a retired Army veteran. He retired. After he retired from the Army, he went back to work, and he currently works for Texas State. Doesn't matter what the job is, he worked for the state of Texas. And I'm going to tell you the value in this information in a minute. And he works full time. FT means full time. Okay, so he's also a disabled vet. Who receives CNP, which is compensation and pension. Those veterans who receive a veteran disability check, they know what that is at CNB.
Okay, so why is this information important? Because this is where his sources of income comes from. So the first step in creating a budget is figuring out, where is my money? Number one. Okay, we figured out where our money's coming from because that's, for him, that's the only source of income he has, right? So the next step in creating a budget is figuring out where our money going to. So we call it where it go. And yes, we use it in Ebonics. Okay? We use it in Ebonics. Number 2 is where it go. Where it go. So we're going to kind of sort of begin again because we already figured out where his income at, and I'm going to stick it over here just to get it out the way. I'm going to be back and forth, put my steps over here, and right here I'm going to lay out the parts. Okay, so part 1 is the income. We always want to give it a title so we don't get confused. We said here, a retired Army vet, he gets retirement check, right? Let's say for the sake of us counting, his retirement check is $500. God forbid, I hope none of y'all retirement check is $500, but we trying to simplify this so that we can easily calculate how much he actually spending, right? Save the difficult stuff for later. Okay, so this is his retirement check. We just gonna put RC, his retirement check. Okay, for his state tax, for his state income, he gets $1,000 a month. State, we're gonna say CS for state check. Okay, for his disability check, he gets another $500 a month. So here's a question. How often do you do your budget? How often do you do your budget? Do anybody know? You do your budget. I always tell people to follow the money. Follow the income and money. So that's the minimum amount. Now you can do your budget as often as you want to, but the minimum amount that you create and you work on a budget should always follow the money. The reason why is you should not be spending money if you're not getting nothing in, because 0 plus 0 is what? 0. So since his income is only monthly, and MO is monthly, we doing everything monthly. But if he was to get income bi-weekly, we would do this at a minimum of bi-weekly. We could actually do it more than bi-weekly, but that's the minimum. Now, I always suggest that if you're working your budget, especially in the beginning, you want to practice at least doing it once a week, because you want to it's like balancing your checkbook. If you think of doing a budget like balancing your checkbook, then you can do this, because all you have to do is basically know how to add and subtract. Where we get overwhelmed is when our incomes don't match our expenses. But anyway, so next step is we add up, this is the total income. Total income. For this person, the total income is $2,000. $2,000. Okay, so the next step is said, where it go? Where it go? And I'm talking like that to be funny. Where did the money go? So there are several ways. Now, I work with clients one-on-one to actually help them discover where they're actually spending their money, because you can say that you're spending it on this and that, and when you actually take the time to really focus on how much you're actually spending, you may realize that you're spending more than you really thought you were. Okay, so we go into the expenses, right? Because let's say this guy is really good with his money. Okay, so his expenses are as followed. And remember, these are not actual numbers. Most of the time, people's expenses are not this low. But we want to do an expense, a column. And since we're doing it monthly, we're just going to say this is his monthly expense. Okay, so the first column, let's say he rents an apartment for $300. Rent the apartment, he pays water, which is $70. No, let's say his water is $30. And he pays an electric bill. His electric bill is $70. So far we got $400. Okay, so after that, he spent $400 of his $500. So he takes $100 and he puts $100 in his savings every month. That's $500. Okay, so he goes to Loving Christ Missionary Baptist Evangelist Episcopal Church, and he pays tithes. He pays $200 a month in tithes. And I'm just going to put TC, tithes to church. Right? And he decides that for his offering, he's going to do, I'm making this up as we go. Let's say for his offering, he gives $100 a month toward offering for the church. That's OC, offering for the church. So that is $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 so far. Okay, so he decides he gonna spend $200. He gonna take classes, financial coach, stocks, Forex. So this is what the $200 his investments are, right? And I keep counting because I'm going off the top of my head and I don't want to go beyond. So that's 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he done spent $1,000 so far, right? So we got another 1,000. He takes $300. He saves this for his vacation. Because each year he wants to take a vacation. And he doesn't know exactly where he's going, but he knows he's going to save. Right? Because, and if he saves, now 12 times 6 is 3,600. This is what it ends up being, right? At the end of the year. Right? That's just extra information. If he saves that every month, right? I'm gonna tell y'all some tricks in a minute once I get all these numbers down. Okay, so he got his vacation. So then he decides he gonna take $200 and spend it on fun activities. And fun could be anything. It could be dinner. It could be bowling. It could be going out on dates. Y'all know you take if he take one of the sisters out on the date, that $200 is just on them. Okay, so he want to make sure that he put that, because he looking for him a wife. He ain't trying to be by himself all the time. So he know that he got to spend some money, and he know he gonna at least spend $200. So he put that in his budget. If he get a date this month, he gonna take that $200 and spend it on Sister Sarah or whoever the lady that is. But if not, he gonna enjoy himself with that $200. But he remembered to put it in his budget.
Hey everybody, thank you for coming in to watch.
I need you to say some names. Who's there?
One of them is Nikki Pipkins,
Thank you, Nikki.
Iris Dixon,
Thank you, Harris.
Nicole Hill,
Thank you, Nicole.
Raymond Moore.
Thank you, Raymond.
One of them is Maines Julian.
Thank you, Mays Julian.
Okay, another one is Janine.
Thank you, Janine.
One person just came in, the name Angela.
Thank you, Angela. Y'all tell me where you're from when you come in. Make sure you speak to them and ask them where they from when they come in. So,
Okay.
so far we spent 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 1,500, right? We got another 500 to go. So,
Thank
What
you guys
he-
for tuning in. Anybody that's coming into the live, please comment about where you're from. Thank you, Miss Tasha Blackman, for joining.
we take $200. He take $200, and let's say he pays his car insurance. That's how much it costs. And then $300 is his car note. His car note, right? So the next step is part of the where did it go section is we add this up. Total expenses. So right now, total expenses is $2,000. Okay, so the next step, the third step, the first step was where is my money? The second step is where did it go? That's the expense column. Number 3 is what it look like.
She's speaking in Ebonics today, y'all. So,
That's what I call it, what it look like. And what it look like is basically the budgeting summary. And I'm gonna put it over here. Can you see my hand? Okay, budgeting summary. The budgeting summary is basically the tally of what this column and stuff is, right? So we take the total expenses, the total income, because it's total income was $2,000. I put total I, that's total income. Then we put up underneath that his total experience. His total expenses, we put total E, which was $2,000. Then we turn around and we subtract the total income we subtract the total expenses from the total income. That equals 0. Now, this would be a zero-based budget because we ended up with 0. We gave everybody an assignment. But let's say this month, because a lot of us have to get, and sometimes we live in states, I hope you didn't do that dancing part.
no.
Okay, y'all are getting excited, so forgive me.
I mean, I'm still recording,
So,
yeah.
let's say, this is, cause many of us live in states where we have to get state inspections. All of us live in states, if you live in the U.S., where you have to get your car, you have to pay for your registration for your vehicle, right? But let's say this is September. Y'all know it's September, right? And he got to pay his license and registration. In order for him to
Thank
maintain
you, Shannon, for joining. Continue.
In order to maintain this, because he still has free money. Y'all know what a free money at? Y'all see the free money? Misha, where the free money at?
The fund
And what else?
and the savings and that's it, the savings.
The savings for the vacation, the regular savings that he just saved,
And then the
right?
fund money.
And the fund money. See, he gave everything assignment in order to have a zero-based budget, but he had access to funds that he could manipulate. So let's say it's his license and registration time. He ain't finna take Sarah on no date, not no $200 date, cause he got to pay his car, cause he know he likes to drive. He ain't got time to be giving the popos and the courthouse no money for no tickets. I got time for that, cause I know I'm gonna want to take. He know he want to take Sarah out on the town next month, so he got to make sure that he is riding in style. Okay, so when he decides, say his vehicle registration is just $70. So for the month of September, instead of spending $200 on it, he decides to spend only $130. Or that still balances out. Or let's put this back. Say he probably messed up with Sarah last month, and he know his money coming in. He's like, okay, I can't mess with my fund money because I got to buy that lady flowers. I want this lady to be my wife and stuff. So I got to get right. So I can't mess with that money. I got to make sure that I provide for my queen. So instead of messing with that money, he decides he's going to reduce this a little bit. Instead of $300, he put $270. $70, that ain't right. See, y'all supposed to be watching what I'm doing. $230, because that way he can still have his honey and still be planning on his vacation, right? It just means he has to remember to make up for that $70. And he may decide for a few months, he may reduce how much he putting in his savings every month after this month to make that 70, because at the end of the 12th month, he want to take Miss Sarah on a vacation. Hey, we going to Hawaii. They going to Hawaii because he want to see Miss Sarah happy, and he trying to put a ring on it, and he want to see her in her bikini. And he know if he don't get right, he ain't gonna see that. So he ain't messing with nothing that involves her. Okay? So maybe for after this month, let's say next month comes, we turn this back into $300, right? And to make up for the $70, we can either, depending on what month it is, right? What month it is in the year, how? Because in 12 months, he wants to go on vacation. Remember, that's the goal, right? And he done dipped into the vacation money. So he has some options. His options is he can reduce the savings. If he reduces the savings, then he has to make that $70 up. Now, he already put $100 a month. Maybe he has several choices. He could either, for 7 months, he can reduce it by $10. If it's only month 3 in his savings. Y'all see how complicated it can be? If it's month 3 in his savings, he know he got plenty of time. Well, let me redo that because that don't add up. This is month 2 of his savings. He know he got 10 more months. By the 10th month, he would have the $7, and all he had to do is only put $90 in that savings and put the rest right here, right, from that savings. And this is what he would do. He would have, right here, he would have added an extra column and put, I say, even though he repaying himself, you can put replay, replenish, vacation savings. because he dipped into it, right? And he would add the $10 here. He would add the $10 and it would still balance out $2,000. But this is where he can show what happened in the month of January, February,
August.
March. We saying 2 months. 2 months. We're gonna keep it where it make it easy. I said I flipped it. So he spent in September, he spent on his car note, but he's only in month 2. But he wants to show where his money's going. So he knows I would put down maybe for 7 months. For 7 months, just to let him know. And each month he would do a countdown, like 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, to let him know that this number is reducing. And he's still using the same budget, right? That way when that glorious 12 months going, he can say, hey, Sarah, baby, guess where we going? We going to Hawaii. We going to Hawaii, baby. Get your bathing suit. She be like, Billy, I ain't got no money for no bathing suit. That's all right, sugar love, because I've been saving the money, honey. I've been saving the money. We going to get you some clothes. You're going to be looking fine on that thing, on that boat, on that trip, on that whatever that they finna do. Okay? He seem appealing, don't he, ladies? Anyway, that's just a little fun. But, and see, this is how you become a good steward of your money. But listen, let's be truthful. A lot of times, I hardly ever see people who are in a perfect situation. Sometimes you do run into people who just need a little bit of help, but a lot of times people need a lot of help. Let's do something that's more realistic, okay? Misha, go to case study 1.
Nancy is 34 and works at HEB. Her net pay, take-home pay, is $1,100 a month. She receives $550 bi-weekly. She works part-time. She receives $215 in child support, but it does not come on a regular basis. On average, she may receive it once out of a year. She has 2 kids. Her rent is $400. She is worried because of her lateness. She may lose her job. Her checking account is overdrawn a negative $35. Her car payment is $229 a month. She is behind on her car note and owes $5,600. She spends $400 a month on food and diapers. She spends $100 a month eating out on lunch breaks. Her utility runs $95 a month and she is 30 days late. Her cell phone bill is $125. Her Visa's credit card balance is $1,200. Her cable and internet is $85 a month. She spends $20 a week on gas. Her auto insurance is $227 a month. Her medical copay is $20 a month. Her hair and nails cost $60 a month.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first thing we learned is her income is bi-weekly.
Slide that down. Yeah.
Here, you want to show it? It might print up backwards because it's Facebook. I don't know.
No, it's printing the right way. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
it's trying to focus.
Like you put keys there, huh? That's all right.
I typed that really fast. You done showing them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So remember I told you always follow the money. So in this case, we're gonna have pay 1, income pay 2, because they said that her income comes bi-weekly, right?
Yeah.
Let me have that paper. Her name is Nancy. She's 34 years old. Now, her age don't matter. She work at HEB.
You spelled Nancy wrong.
I sure did. You sure right.
N-A-N.
I know how to spell it. I was just scribbling. Okay, so she work at HEB. HEB is a grocery store in Texas. She gets paid bi-weekly.
It's like Kroger, but it's different. It's a supermarket.
Bi-weekly, she gets a check of $550. Go ahead and stick that here. How many people on Facebook get paid bi-weekly?
Put the hand emoji.
What was the question?
So I said, how many people get paid bi-weekly? That's the question. Okay, it says she receives child support of $215, but does not receive it on a regular basis. So my question, which is, don't answer because I know you've been in one of these classes. So I'm talking to the camera person. If you don't receive the money on a regular basis, when you're doing a budget, when do you count the money? I'm gonna ask it again. If you do not receive income on a regular basis, when do you count the money in your budget? Is somebody there? Okay, y'all give up. You count it when it's in your pocket, when it's in the bank. So if it's September and she has not received the money, she does not count it for September.
She'll count it for next month.
She'll count it whenever she gets it. If she gets it in October, then she'll count it as part of her income. But if she does not have it and she does not have it on a regular basis, I would not count it toward the income, because what happens is you mess yourself up if you don't get that money. Only count reliable income, the money that you know that's coming in, right? You know, as long as you take your butt to work, that you're gonna get paid. You may not know exactly, if you have a place where they have flexible hours, exactly how much hours you get. Now, if you were here in person, I would show you how to come up with a figure of how the minimum amount that you should use in order to do your budget, because you can still do a budget even though you work in a flexible schedule and don't know exactly how many hours you get. But that's a different class. That's for an in-person class, and y'all are online. Okay, so that's all the income she got. So that's where's my money. We got that down. Where did it go? Step number 2. We talk about the expenses, right? Mm-hmm. So her expenses, and it don't add up. Her rent, we gonna say, we gonna put it in this column because it's the first of the month. That's when it's due. It's $400. That's already most of that check right there, just to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
She has a checking account that's overdrawn, $35 overdraft. So they gonna take that from her money off the top, right, before she even get to spend it. Her car payment is due the second part of the month. Let's say it's due in the middle of the month. Car notes. It's $229 a month. She behind on her car note and actually owes $1,500, $5,600 behind, owes $5,600. That's just a note. It's not in the budget numbers, but it's a note to let you know you need to do something about it.
Hello, Shannon.
She spends $400 a month on diapers. Let's say she spends $200 here and $200 here on food. Huh?
You gonna please come closer, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Food and diapers.
Sorry about that, y'all. It's the librarian.
Food and diapers. She spends $100 a month going out to eat. Let's say she spent $50 bi-weekly. Her utilities run $95 a month. Let's say she pays it on this month. Her utilities are, you know, her lights, her electric, cause she don't pay nothing else. Her cell phone bill is $125. It's due the middle of the month. Her cable and internet is $85 a month. Okay. Her auto insurance is $227 a month. Her copay for insurance is $20 a month, but she didn't go to the doctor, so she don't need to count that right now. She gets her hair and nails done for $60 a month. Okay, the next step would be to come up with a total. So right here, the total income, total I, is $550. Right here, the total income is $550. So then we add the total expenses. That's $435, $635, $685, $685. I haven't added these numbers, y'all. $770. This equals $830 is a total expenses on the first half of the month.
You gonna do some overtime?
Let's add this one right here up.
That's if HEB offers overtime.
229 plus 200 is 429 plus 50 is 479 plus 95 for plain 17 574 plus 125 plus 227. 10, 6, 10, 12, 8, 9. This equals $926. Now y'all know total E. The next step would be taking the total income, $550, and subtracting the total expenses, same thing over here. You know, you still do total I, total E, Now y'all know these don't add up, cause this is the expense is way more than the expense is way more than the income. So you know she gonna end up being negative. This is not a zero-based budget. Now, in order for you to know what we do next, which is the third step, what it look like, and what to do to resolve this, I suggest that you go to this website and schedule you an appointment. bit.ly/R's and route, the number 2, V is in Victor, free. And we will, because there is a solution to all this. And this is what I do best. I'll help you figure it out. My name is Jackie. I'm the founder and director of Route to Victory. Route to Victory was created to help you learn money management, to eliminate debt, build self-reliance, and financially create the lifestyle that you desire. If any of this information was valid and you want to know more, do more, and this case with Nancy sounds similar to your case, go to bit.ly/R as in route, the number 2, V as in Victor, free, and schedule your appointment today. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.